Lala.
I don't want to.
Click. First we click, and then we drink.
Welcome to the French monarchy. Before the French Revolution, when they still had a monarchy. My name is Lila, and I'm really loud, and I really like Marie Antoinette.
My name is Maddie, and I'm in this so I can wear a pretty dress and an even prettier crown.
I loved tiaras. So, I'm really into fashion, and I'm into history, so clearly I know a lot about one person in particular, Marie Antoinette. Marie Antoinette was the last queen of France. The daughter of an Austrian-born princess, archduchess kind of thing, married the last king of France, Louis XIV. Right? There's a lot of Louis, and they're all spelled the same, and none of them were hot, so I don't really need to know any of them. They're not really that important. Because the only thing important about him is that he died. And he was kind of an idiot. And he also couldn't get it up, if you know what I mean. And it was a whole problem, and it caused Marie a lot of problems. So they were forced to get married, as most royal 16-year-olds are. Okay. I was confused. Sorry, our camera lady was moving.
We have fries over there.
We do a fry. We're snacking. Clearly, all the time. I don't stop eating. And
unlike the French people
before the
Revolution.
French Revolution, because after the American Revolution, in which France helped, France didn't have any. Nobody had any money, but especially France. And their new king, Louis the whatever, at something teen, was like 16, didn't know what he was doing. He was kind of an idiot. Not kind of. He was like a lot of guys I know today. He was put in charge, and he doesn't know what he's doing. And he gets married to this princess who also doesn't know what she's doing, because she's also like 14.
And doesn't speak French.
And doesn't speak any French at all. But she lives in France. She's the new queen of France.
They love her.
No, everybody Marie Antoinette. Oh, it's Louis the 16th? It's Louis the 16th, not the 14th.
Always fact check before taking an AP test.
Always fact check, or just start writing complete BS. I do that a lot. If you're confident enough, you can't be wrong.
Little asterisk. Drummond did not say this. This is Lila's words.
If you're confident enough, you can't be wrong.
Is it competent or confident? What are you saying?
Both work. Both work.
Okay. Food.
Oh, yes, because there was a massive famine. There was a massive famine that took out all of the wheat crop, because all they ever ate was bread. For some reason, I don't know why they didn't have any spices or anything. They had salt. I think they had salt, but nothing good. No pepper, no cardamom, no opium.
No opium for the French.
No opium for the French. They couldn't afford it. It was all in China. Made by the British. And the French people didn't like the British people. The whole thing, we'll talk about that later. And so they didn't have any food.
They were against the British.
They hated the British. But more importantly, they didn't have any food. And they didn't have any money. And so everybody was unhappy. And when everybody in the country is unhappy, they tend to not like their government very much. It happens a lot.
The people put in charge of all the things that are currently going wrong.
So they blame them. We can relate this back to China and the mandate of heaven. We won't, but we can. When we talk about that, you'll know what I'm talking about. Back to Marie Antoinette. She's very important. She spends a lot of money. She has a lot of pretty clothes and a lot of big hats. And did you know she spent roughly $20,000 every day on dresses? Every day in a country that doesn't have any money. 1%. 1%. Pay your taxes. Everyone's laughing at me.
No one is laughing at you. It's silent in here.
I'm getting on with it. And then we go, Marie Antoinette's spending all of this money, and everybody hates her, and everyone hates the government, and everyone hates each other, and everyone hates France. So they revolt, and that's the French Revolution. Lots of blood, lots of death, lots of beheading people. I think we should continue with that practice of beheading people, because I think some people don't deserve to live.
For legal reasons, she is joking.
I'm mostly joking.
Fully joking.
Mostly
For legal
joking.
reasons. Okay.
I would never kill anybody. Hand on my heart, I swear in my limited edition copy of Huckleberry Finn, I do not actively have any plans to murder anybody. Actively.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So lots of beheading people, lots of this guy, Pierre, what was his name? Robespierre. It's a very silly name. French people have very funny names.
Very spearheaded the whole
He was like,
reign of terror.
Hate you, so I'm going to make a new French religion.
Yep.
He did that. That was weird. That's not a thing anymore. And I don't think I think it's something like it's like against the rules in France now.
Yeah. Did you know a pig was executed?
Why was a pig executed?
I don't know. I just learned that fact. We'll fact check that later, but I'm pretty sure it was pig.
We'll fact check that later. We'll put it in. It'll go in right now, and we'll find information about the pig. And then, so they threw a fit, and they started storming the Palace of Versailles, which if you don't know what the Palace of Versailles is, you probably should figure out what the Palace of Versailles is. It was a house. It was a castle.
The fishwives were storming.
The fishwives, which are the wives of fishermen who lived in these port cities. And all of these wives didn't get to wear pretty dresses, so they were upset.
But they bulked up.
They bulked up.
They have very big muscles and even bigger knives.
Big muscles and bigger knives so that they could cut fish. So they storm the Palace of Versailles with all of these big knives. And they get into the building, I believe. I believe they get into the building.
They get into the building, they go after
Marie Antoinette. She barely escapes. But Marie Antoinette doesn't know anything. She doesn't know that they don't have any money. Because she doesn't speak French. And everyone's talking in French, and she doesn't know what anyone's saying.
She's also not allowed to see the bills. She doesn't know how much she's spending.
No. She genuinely had no idea what was going on. So I can't blame her. If I didn't know how much things costed, I would spend lots of money too. But we didn't know that until it was something that we didn't that wasn't commonplace knowledge until relatively recently.
No, and in all the countries they had different money. So Austrian money
was different from France money.
Different, so she wouldn't even know, even if she could speak French, if she didn't know the conversion rate.
Yeah.
Conversion rates are hard. When I went to Italy, confusing.
I just say everything in American dollars, and I just assume that everyone uses American dollars. I know they don't, actively, but when I go to Canada, I'm just I'm pretending this is U.S. It's not
Monopoly
US.
money.
I love Monopoly money. Let's play Monopoly. I'll cheat.
Okay, back to Marie Antoinette.
And the French Revolution.
She went to flee the country.
She went to flee the country with her whole family, and then they catch them because they're the king and queen and the princes and princesses of France.
Barely any disguises. Didn't they catch them right at the border?
Yeah, they were very close.
Very close.
They were very close to escaping into the Austrian Empire, but they just didn't. Which kind of sucks for them. So they took them back and they put them in jail. And then in jail, Marie Antoinette tries to guilt trip the whole country into not killing her. And honestly, I don't blame her. I also try to guilt trip the whole country into not killing me. She talks about how being a mother is really important and how she's just trying to do what's right for her family, but she's also spending lots and lots of money.
Well, she was put on trial they were able to put her on for treason because she was trying to escape the country.
Yeah.
But then also for incest with one of her children. So she appealed to all the mothers in the crowd because that did not happen. They were making up and spreading rumors about her. So that's why she was appealing to the mothers and guilting the whole country because she knew this was right. The reign of terror was going on for too long.
Yeah. But at the same time, I don't know who made up that rumor. It was
kind of a mob mentality kind of thing going on. If you've ever read The Crucible, witch hunts, just...
Yeah.
That was kind of the reign of terror. Yeah. Same thing.
Oh, what was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, yeah. And it doesn't really matter if you're trying to appeal to mothers because the whole jury was men anyway. Women didn't have rights.
Love
So
that.
I don't really know where she was going with that one.
Yeah, because first comes the Declaration of the Rights of Man and Sentiments after the French Revolution.
Yeah.
And then after that, inspired by like Seneca Falls and stuff like that, there's a new women's constitution that gets formed about women's rights.
I love women's rights. I love women's rights.
They're great. We love them.
All right. And then what else do we have? What else do we have to talk about? That's it. I'm pretty sure that's it. Because the French Revolution isn't really talked about by the College Board on AP tests in general. And we're back. We were talking about things we're not allowed to talk about. So, oops. I feel like a criminal sometimes with AP tests.
Well, maybe you'll get beheaded in the French Revolution style.
They probably
Actually,
shouldn't.
in present day, the people of France still protest a lot. They protest all of the unfair things like upping the retirement age, just anything that they do not like and they are against.
They're very vocal people.
They protest.
And they sound really funny.
Yeah.
Baguettes.
I think when my grandma went, there was a protest going on and all the transportation was kind of shut down. Yeah, lots and lots of protests there.
I've never been to France. I don't even. I speak German. I don't speak French. You speak French.
I took French class.
She took French class.
I did. Yeah.
Say something in French.
Je suis morte. I'm dead.
Ich bin tot.
And that was the French Revolution through the life of Marie Antoinette.
And also, with about as much as you probably need to know about it. Because there's really nothing else to know. Bye-bye.